Hi, and welcome to Dustin's Kaleidoscope. I'm Dustin, and if you're new here, this show is about leadership in action. I interview leaders who have taken risks, built amazing things, and found ways to lead with intention, clarity, and courage. I also share best practices for leadership and growth, and sometimes, like today, I offer a personal reflection on a habit that has shaped how I lead and live. So, whether you're here for inspiration, practical insight, or just some honest conversation about what it means to show up fully in your life and work, you're in the right place. Today, I want to share something I've done every single day for over 5 years. It's simple, it's personal, and it has absolutely changed my life. I've walked, hiked, or run every day without missing a single one. That means during holidays, in bad weather, while traveling, and on days I didn't feel like doing anything, I still got up and moved. This wasn't a resolution, it wasn't even planned. It started during the early days of COVID when my gym shut down. I figured I'd walk until things opened up again. At that time, I thought that might be a few weeks. I had no idea it would become a 5 year, life shaping commitment. So let me tell you why it stuck and what it became. In the beginning, it was just about survival, something to cope with the chaos of that moment. But quickly, walking every day became more than exercise. It became a daily reset, a moving meditation, a personal promise I refused to break. What surprised me most was this: it wasn't the distance or intensity that mattered, it was the act of doing it. Consistency became its own reward. And over time, I realized this wasn't just a habit, it was it was an identity shift. I've learned 3 lessons while on this adventure that apply to both life and leadership. Number 1, progress doesn't need to be loud. I have been consistent, and over time, I've covered more ground than a dozen ultra marathons, not in a not in big dramatic efforts, just one step at a time, every single day. In business, leadership, or your career, it's easy to think success comes from giant leaps, but often the most important progress happens quietly in small, consistent efforts that compound over time. It might not look like much on any given day, but it really adds up. That's how businesses are built. That's how leaders grow. Number 2, you can be tired and still show up. Trust me, I know this. I won't lie, there were so many days when I didn't want to go out. It was snowing, it was raining, it was cold, there was work stress and just plain fatigue, but I did it anyway. And not once have I ever regretted showing up for myself. The takeaway here is that discipline isn't about perfection, it's about commitment. And that applies to leadership too. There are going to be tough days, setbacks, and disappointments, but if you keep moving forward, you keep growing. Whether you're trying to land a client, pivot a strategy, or advocate for a raise, consistency wins because even if the outcome isn't what you hoped, you still gain experience, clarity, and forward momentum. Number 3, time alone is a leadership tool. Please trust me on this. Most of my walks and hikes are solo. That's by design. This is a time I carve out, not just to move, but to think, to regroup, to refocus. It's when I process challenges, explore ideas, and reconnect with what matters most to me. Occasionally, I hike with friends, people who are positive, uplifting, and generous with their energy, and those moments are valuable. But walking alone is a sacred time for me. It's when I get a chance to reflect and I protect it. If you're a leader, whether of a team, a company, or of your own goals, you need time that belongs to you, not your calendar, not your inbox, not your responsibilities, just you. Find that space. It might be movement, it might be silence, it might be music or meditation, but whatever it is, guard it because clarity doesn't happen in chaos, it happens in quiet. So, how has this changed me? Since studying this habit, I've experienced real measurable change. My physical health has improved. My stress levels are lower. My ability to focus is much sharper. My discipline has definitely strengthened. And my trust in myself has deepened. I no longer rely on motivation. I rely on motion. Just one step every day. This exercise has gone from a habit to my identity. When you do something daily, it becomes part of who you are. And when that something is meaningful, when it aligns with your values, it starts to shape how you show up in every other area of life. That's been the real transformation for me. I stopped asking, am I motivated, and started living as someone who simply moves forward no matter what. That identity has helped me grow as a leader. It's helped me stay steady through change. And trust me, I've been through many, many changes. It's helped me coach others through inconsistency, burnout, and doubt. Because I know what it feels like to keep going when you don't feel like it. And I know what's waiting on the other side of that discipline. So let me ask you, what's the one thing you could do every single day that would change how you see yourself? It doesn't have to be big or grand. It doesn't have to impress anyone. It just has to be yours. And if you commit to it, if you make it your chain, your reset, your anchor, it will change you. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Thanks again for listening to Dustin's Kaleidoscope. If this is your first time here, I hope this episode gave you something to think about. Most of the time, I sit down with incredible leaders, people who've taken risks, built meaningful work, and are reshaping the way we think about leadership and purpose. I also share best practices, tools, and reflections like this one. If you found this episode helpful, I'd love it if you'd rate the show, leave a review, and subscribe. That's how we grow the community and how we keep this work going. And if there's someone in your life who needs a gentle nudge toward movement, self-discipline, or just something positive, pass this episode along. Keep moving forward one step at a time. I will see you next time. Bye.